In today's video, we will teach you the various stages of spiritual awakening and how to identify which one you are in. As a bonus, we'll also learn some practices and methods taught by masters to help you accelerate your evolution on your spiritual journey. For that, put on your headphones and embark on this journey of self-development. Spiritual awakening can happen to everyone. Human beings go through different stages to find themselves spiritually, each with specific characteristics. Recognizing these attributes can open the path to higher levels that lead us to perfection. The first stage, awakening of spirituality. The first phase emphasizes a complete lack of knowledge about the nature of spirit and reality. This is generally the case for most people today, who limit themselves to blindly believing only in what they can perceive with their five senses or solely in mechanical science and technology. The second stage, sensitivity. In this second phase, the awakening of spirituality emphasizes sensitivity. It is more or less pronounced compared to another state of consciousness, which can be produced accidentally or in an organized, traditional way, for example, yoga practice. Sometimes, the awakening of interest in spiritual aspects can be triggered by the release of certain internal processes when learning a valuable spiritual text. Another way is through the evidence of a great master, or it can happen through a mystical experience or even during the peak of a painful existential crisis. In other cases, repeated exposure to a group of spiritual people, or even undergoing an unconventional but effective therapy, can gradually awaken in a person certain beneficial subtle forces that were previously unsuspected. The third stage, spiritual aspiration. In the third phase, the focus is on the pursuit of spiritual aspiration. Some effective methods to awaken this aspiration may initiate an authentic spiritual path. This phase is most often characterized by an ardent and continuous search. In spiritual awakening, we think only of our goal, and something inside us whispers that we are approaching the truth. Then we eagerly seek a master, and sometimes we rush into what a great yogi called the spiritual cocktail, meaning a mix of postures, therapies, combinations of esoteric readings that blend more or less with meditation techniques, martial arts, or practices like Tai Chi, among others. There are some people who unfortunately remain fixed at this level, believing they have found their way. This category includes those who, immediately after their first spiritual experience, believe they are self-realized and stop there. Others, however, find their spiritual master and true path at the end of this long journey. Only then does the great spiritual adventure begin for them. The fourth stage, authenticity. The fourth stage of spiritual awakening emphasizes a consistent, aspiration-filled approach to an authentic spiritual path. During this phase, a person gradually discovers the barriers that prevent true knowledge and progressively learns to dissolve them. The specific methods used at this stage vary depending on the chosen path. They may change at a given moment, depending on personal spiritual evolution and according to individual conditions. However, if one seeks to reach the final spiritual stage, they should never interrupt their spiritual practice. This will progressively extend to all aspects of daily life. This stage endures and remains practically unchanged in the following stages. The fifth stage, stability. In this stage, spiritual awakening comes with emotional stability and deep inner peace. As obstacles dissolve and are completely removed from the path of our consciousness, corresponding to the identification and control of the intimate sources of our destructive feelings and emotions, the mental agitation of thoughts diminishes and a deep, euphoric peace enters us. This is an absolutely necessary condition for what follows, although there are some spiritual paths that make use of the conflicts that arise within a person, using them as a direct and immediate means to reach transcendence. This stage is generally accompanied by a correct and profound understanding of the nature of reality and the mind. The person now aspires with great power for this deep and euphoric peace to embrace the entire world. In this stage, the capacity to love is greatly expanded. The sixth stage, end of illusions. In the penultimate stage of spiritual awakening, one experiences the attainment of non-duality. Up until this phase, a person was often the stage for the manifestation of numerous phenomena, in the Greek sense of the word meaning illusory appearances. Now, one learns to hear certain inner sounds, perceive subtle energetic vibrations that later give rise to certain parapsychological manifestations, and is able to perform regressions into their own past lives or the past lives of other beings they come into contact with. A competent spiritual master will help the individual understand that almost all these phenomena are the same kind of illusions as dreams or the usual physical universe. In all these experiences, there still exists the real illusion of separation between the subject and the perceived object, and sometimes there is even the risk of reinforcing the perpetuation of this illusion of separation. The complete dissolution of this illusion gradually leads to the emergence of a holistic experience. The initial stage of dualistic ignorance is transcended, moving into true divine knowledge, into that state of impersonal presence where we surprisingly realize that there is no longer someone who must know. The seventh stage, spiritual liberation. The final stage of spiritual awakening marks spiritual liberation. During the previous stage, the nature of reality was glimpsed in the form of a deep ray of enlightenment. Now the presence of God or true knowledge is finally established and will remain constant, never to be lost. The relative absolute dichotomy has now been overcome. There are no more concepts or conditioning, only a supreme space, light, boundless and radiant. At the same time, we surprisingly discover that oceanic love and all-encompassing knowledge flow through this body without being limited by it. We then realize that this was a primordial state that had always existed within us, but had been permanently concealed due to our previous ignorance. Now we perceive that the veil has been completely dissolved. We are all seeking spiritual evolution, and it's not difficult to see that people are at different stages in their processes. As we have seen, there are distinct levels of evolution, with some being ahead of others in this mission. This is not a competition, okay? But the signs of those who are further along in the evolutionary process are tied to not giving in to the temptation of the ego to place oneself above others, belittling them. This means that those who are ahead in evolution do not boast about it. It works like humility. Humble people do not shout from the rooftops about how humble they are. To reach a higher level of spiritual evolution, we must take as reference values such as character, honesty, and integrity. The main mission of human beings is spiritual evolution. Although there is no ready-made formula to achieve this, we have some tips to accelerate spiritual evolution. Now that we know the stages, shall we learn some simple techniques to keep evolving more and more? Meditation. Meditating brings benefits to the 4 pillars of human beings: spirit, emotions, mind, and physical body. Meditation is a practice in which you learn to control your mind, whether by clearing your thoughts or focusing on a particular topic without distraction. There are different ways to practice meditation. The advice is to study various methods to choose the one that works best and is most functional for you. It is important to practice meditation daily to accelerate spiritual evolution. If you can't, just being alone for a few moments is already of great help. You'll be surprised by the benefits of a spiritual routine. Here on the channel, we like to talk about Ho'oponopono meditation, an ancient Hawaiian practice for cleansing memories, mistaken beliefs, and energetic purification. If you want to learn how to use it, we've left a link to our Ho'oponopono video in the description or in the card above the screen. Another way to boost your evolution is through reflection. Some people confuse meditation with reflection. Meditation is a way to step out of your conditioned thought patterns. Reflection, on the other hand, is used to question various aspects of your life. We should regularly practice reflection and ask ourselves about the paths we are following. You should ask basic questions like, am I happy? Do I truly love the person I'm with? Do I enjoy my job? Do I value and love myself? Am I making a difference in the causes I believe in? Do my actions align with my values? It's important to be honest in your answers, even if it hurts. This self-analysis prevents us from living our lives automatically, simply following society's common sense. Do this exercise and notice how it accelerates your spiritual evolution. If you can, travel and seek knowledge from different cultures. Discovering new places and different cultures changes our perspective on the world. It opens our minds to truths about the world and about ourselves. Learning about other people's realities helps us let go of prejudices and deconstruct our notions of right and wrong. It also helps us step out of our comfort zone, be humble, and see how little we know and how small we are in the vastness of the world. Travel alone. Don't rely on set itineraries. Make plans without guides. Explore and talk to people on the street. This experience will transform you and accelerate your spiritual evolution. Contact with nature. Humans are made of energy, just like the entire universe. We have the ability to absorb and emit energetic vibrations. The main source of energy on our planet is nature. That's why it's important to connect with it. Nature transmits pure, invigorating, and strong energy. Try to have more contact with the environment. Even if you live in a big city, go to parks. Try walking barefoot on the grass. Place your hands on a tree or plant. Take a swim in the sea, a waterfall, or a river. The energy of nature will accelerate your spiritual evolution. Seek new knowledge. We live in an age where we have access to information right on our computer screens. In just a few moments, we can learn about any subject we want. The more we learn about different topics, the better our perspective on the world will be. To accelerate spiritual evolution, focus on altruistic readings and books that expand your consciousness. Don't limit yourself to information from traditional media, which often has various interests behind its publications. Going to libraries and borrowing books to read at home is also a great exercise. If you don't have easy access to a library, look for quality information online. Humanity has never had knowledge available in such a practical and direct way. Take advantage of it. Focus on readings that will help you in your spiritual evolution. We also offer content here on the Universe and Me channel, which will obviously help you on your spiritual journey. Practice physical exercises. Humans need to evolve not only in their mental and spiritual aspects, but also physically. Our body is our temple. We should maintain a healthy diet, stay hydrated, and practice physical exercises. We have 4 basic pillars: spirit, emotions, mind, and body. If one of them is out of balance, it affects all the others. Therefore, take good care of your body. There's no point in acquiring a vast amount of knowledge, meditating, having various life experiences, and neglecting your greatest asset, your body and your health. Find a physical activity that brings you satisfaction and doesn't feel like a chore. A body in motion promotes a healthy mind. Keep your health in check and contribute to your spiritual evolution. The universe is in constant evolution and always transcending. We humans are also transcendental by nature, and we must not forget this. Change your habits to accelerate spiritual evolution and reach unimaginable states for a logical mind. Now that you know the stages of evolution and how to speed up this process, check out the signs the universe sends you to confirm your evolution. We've left the link to this video in the description and in the card. You need to watch it. Remember, it's important to eliminate the ego and live a deep inner quest, understanding that the basic purpose of existence is constant growth. Reposition yourself in life and let this natural gift of evolution flow. Good luck on your journey, and count on me to always assist you.